I'm just going to invite, well, he's one of the many professors I hear in the room today. It's quite an intellectual crowd, as you might expect, of the family and friends of Robin Schwecker. I'm just going to invite Schwecker's father, Vivi, to come and give a little speech.
feeling is so difficult to express it in words. And when Krishna also that they are together. We were spying on them, stalking their Facebook, this thing, and you know, and we were just conjecturing all the time and waiting eagerly to see a ring on my daughter's finger. And especially every time, you know, last one year, Shweta and Rahul took a holiday abroad, me and Sumitra would have long telephonic conversation, you know, imagining that she will come back with her finger on her, ring on her finger. But then, finally, last Christmas, I think Shweta got the most beautiful gift ever when he announced, when we proposed to her and she said, yes. And from then to here, it didn't really take very long. And here we are celebrating this beautiful wedding. And being a mother, you know, it's such a overwhelming feeling. It's such an emotional moment. I know many mothers out here, they know what exactly it is. So, it's so emotional to see them as Mr. and Mrs. Gurjar. So overwhelming to see my daughter in the bridal outfit. And may God bless them and may they have a long journey of happiness together. And I'm so proud of my daughter Shweta. I'm proud of, because she's been the real sunshine of our family, of our life, I would say. And she's been such a blessing. And we both as parents are so proud of her, not only because of her achievements that she did well or academically or I felt really blessed when she was born. I still remember, you know, the day she was born. I felt so blessed and proud. She took her first walk. She uttered first word. I was proud of the fact. Every time she walked to the stage to get any prize, be it for art, competition, whatever. And when she graduated in her actuarial studies, or when we flew down all the way to India for her this thing. So, more than all these, I'm very proud of the fact because what kind of the person she is. She values, I think, human relationships the most. And she invests a lot of energy and a lot of time in maintaining them. And you see all these friends and family, they've come all the way from India to be a part of this because she is really a very special daughter to all of us. So, and then I'm also so proud of the fact that she has such a close sibling bond with Manko, with whom she spent a maximum number of years. So, both these children have given me immense joy, and I'm so happy to announce that I'll be watching my Ampu's getting married in less than 3 weeks' time from now. And I'm so proud of the fact that his fiancée, Pooja, is here and a very big family as well. And a very big thank you to all of you. A very big thank you to people in my family who has grown from Delhi, my elder sister Moini, her husband Manu, younger sister Meenu, her husband Sunil, my very dear brother Jagdish and Srini wife. And without them, I cannot imagine what life would be. So, very big thank you to all of you. And our life is really centered around children. So, I'm so delighted to have Akanksha, Surabhi, Tillu, Saran, all the young kids of our family. I'm sure with all the blessings of so and Akri and Shweta's friends, you know. So I'm sure with all the blessings of so many people around here, Rahul and Shweta, you have a very lovely life together. May God bless you.
Good afternoon. Well, as a teacher in a university, I have given hundreds of lectures in the last 30 years. But this big day is a tough one. Let me at the outset thank again each one of you gathered here to celebrate the wedding of Shweta and Rahul. We are really delighted to have you all here this afternoon. Thanks again to those relatives and friends, particularly those who have come all the way from India just to share their happiness and give them blessings. This speaks of volumes of how much they love their daughter. Although the others, relatives, friends who are unable to come and take part of this occasion have sent their greetings and blessings, we do acknowledge. We do remember our departed loved ones, and maybe there are blessings that come from somewhere else. Want to make special thanks to someone. Sometimes you meet people and you come across people and they change the entire course of your life. That's what happened with me when I met Professor Stephen Hill, who's here in Delhi. This person, my mentor, philosopher, guide and friend, we worked on appropriate technology in the early 80s in Haryana villages. He offered me PhD fellowship at the University of Wollongong. My two children, Ankur and Shweta, were born when I was completing my PhD. The rest is the history. Steve and Gil are the only ones who were present at Shweta's birth and now at her marriage. We really have no words to express how happy and delighted we are to have those here today. Usha still remembers those lovely flowers Gil brought to us that day at the Wollongong Hospital. There is some connection between Shweta and cricket. I distinctly remember the day when Shweta was born. By then we shifted to our apartment next to Wollongong Hospital. India-Australia cricket one-day match was going on. Usha wanted to get into the hospital, she was yelling at me. I wanted to complete Ravi Shastri's over. We went down to win the match. Before dawn, Shweta was born. It is just wonderful to imagine how all these years have gone by. It looks that life has come a full circle. We went back to India with our two Aussie children after my PhD because my wife wanted to go back. No regrets. We went back to India. After their high school, they came back for higher education, made this country their home. It is amazing that a small curly-haired girl has now grown into a lovely lady standing by the side of our hubby in this lovely graduates. We were waiting for this day just to enjoy this very moment in our life. As father of the bride, I can say that I am the proud father. She has brought so much happiness to our mother and me. I don't like to make any guesses whether she is mama's or Popsy's girl because she calls me Popsy. We used to interchange our roads right from the beginning, and Usha was teaching at Viret University, 50 kilometers away from Delhi. 2 or 3 days in a week she used to live there, and I used to take over the house. My main challenge those days were teaching them Hindi and making chapatis. There were no Patoka chapatis in India at that time. I still remember those days and in fact enjoyed being half mother. I owe my culinary skills to my children. Sadly, I couldn't progress beyond paratha. What I always admired in my lovely daughter is her dedication, confidence, commitment and hard work. Either at work or when she sets up any goal, she would always give 150% to attain it. There are so many things about schooling. I just wanted to say a couple of things. I really miss your school days, convent of Little Delhi, for example. Particularly the teacher-parent meetings were very, very interesting. Once in every 3 months. The main attraction for me was, apart from meeting teachers, your nice lovely canteen. With tasty vadas and burku. I enjoyed those days and felt, why can't these schools have such meetings once in a month? Rather than every 3 months. I should say, she is my greatest critique. I dare not ignore her comments, suggestions and advisories. My second critique is my wife. Remember, both of them make a deadly combination to demolish my every argument. I often try to drag them into technology management, innovation, my areas of expertise. But once you get into society, sociology, her expertise, and economics, her expertise, I am finished. All my fundamentals are questioned. Once she argued whether there is any theories of science and science policy, like economics, I was really speechless, as it is an interdisciplinary perspective. I said to myself, thank God she has become an actually not got into my field. In all humility, I should say that I have benefited by design. I really love my daughter like this. They have really improved my argumentative idiocy. Meeting her soulmate Rahul and getting married to him is the greatest joy for us. Tall and handsome boy. These are the comments we get from friends when they see your photos. But we tell them that he is a simpleton to the core, a person with a lot of understanding, patience and intelligence. We are told that he is equally hardworking, with high degree of dedication coming from overwork, nothing else from your success in life. We wish you both a very happy married life. There are so many things, but I wouldn't take much of the time. I wish to end with a couplet for my daughter, which I have written. हमारी हर धड़कन, हर सांस, हर खुशी तुमसे जुड़ी हुई है। लफ्ज़ नहीं बयां करने के लिए इस मौके पर वो पूरी आपकी दिल की हर एक ख्वाहिश और मिले तुमको खुशी का जहां सारा। अगर आप मांगे आसमान का एक तारा, खुदा दे आपको आसमान सारा। It is only fair that I should translate for the benefit of others. What I said was, our life, well-being and happiness is embedded with your life, our dear child. Words are just not enough to express our feelings on this day. May your every wish be fulfilled. May you be blessed with all the happiness in the world. If you ask for a star, may God give you the entire star. Thank you very much. I would like to raise the toast for the best of my daughter, Shweta and Rahul.
Sorry, I was too busy enjoying my lunch over there. Thank you very much to Vivi, Krishna and Krishna for that lovely, lovely speech. And I'm now going to welcome the father of the groom to the microphone, and then Jay Gorgio. I mentioned before that Rahul and Sid were the brothers I never had. I meant that quite seriously because there was actually a time when I called Hannah Dowell Daddy, and my own dad I called Baba, and it was, I'm sure, very confusing to strangers. But anyway, Daddy, come on up and.
Hi, good afternoon everyone. Welcome. Suswagatam. We are all pleased and honored to have the family and friends present today. It doesn't need a great couple, Rahul and Shweta. We are all, of course, extremely pleased to see this day. But those of you who have known Rahul and us, that is my dear wife and I, for the last many years, will be aware that there was a time when this day seemed as far away as Timbuktu. Rahul's male friends, we did not know if he had any female friends. We were one by one getting engaged, then married, and even having children. Partha, Jeremy took the lead and had 2 children each, Rob and Ed, with 1 child each and not far behind. But the only occasion when we suspected that there was a female presence in his life was when one day he arrived home late with a black eye and Bruce Ritz, saying he got into a fight over a girl. Well, there was hope, we thought. Well, as it turned out, it was a fight over a girl, but it was his friend, who shall remain unnamed, but those in the know who he is, who was chatting with a pretty girl, when the girl's boyfriend took exception. Rahul valiantly went to his friend's defense and ended up with a black eye. We were beginning to despair. Then around the time Rahul turned 25, my dear wife started having dreams of becoming a sasubai, that is mother-in-law, and an archie, a grandmother. Obviously, she needed cooperation from either Rahul or Siddharth. And Rahul being the older was the natural choice. So one day when Rahul had stayed overnight at breakfast time, the topic was opened. Now I don't even understand how my name came into it, but the opening line from my dear wife was, you know Rahul, now that you have turned 25, Dad was saying that we should register your name with Shadi.com. And Dad was asking what type of girl should we say you would like. That, believe me, did not go down well at all. There were threats from Rahul about all types of consequences and ultimatums and whatnot. He was the proverbial immovable object in his resolve, and we were told in no uncertain terms about the consequences if this line of thought was pursued further. And just to ensure that, Rahul also informed his best friends about the incident. And the next thing we knew, there was a line of 25-year-old young men, Rahul's friends, knocking on our door and saying to Sumitra, Mrs. G, I've heard you can arrange to introduce me to a nice Indian girl. Now we can make nice round and round chapatis. Well, for the next 5 years, Rahul was like an immovable object, firm in his resolve to stay away from matrimonial bliss, happy with his job, friends, basketball, occasional and not so occasional binging. All while talking about marriage was a taboo topic. Sumitra had almost given up and even started hinting to Siddharth that maybe he needs to tie the knot before his older brother. So Siddharth and Erika promptly packed their bags and went to stay in the But all immovable objects ultimately encounter an irresistible force. We slowly started getting hints about a feminine presence in Rahul's life. Using all our data discovery skills, Facebook, LinkedIn stalking, we were able to join the dots and put a name and a face to the feminine presence in Rahul's life. But still, no acknowledgement of the same from Rahul, and we were banned from opening the topic. Finally, after about 6 months, Rahul said he wants us to meet Shweta. She instantly won our hearts, and we were so happy for both of them. We knew things were on the right track when Usha, as she previously mentioned, that made a dash to Sydney to check out Rahul, and probably us as well. But we passed. Looks like we passed. From then on, we knew that the relationship was progressing well, and that Rahul was head over heels in love when he started watching and even enjoying Bollywood movies. We are honored to have Usha and Krishna and also Shweta's uncles, aunts and cousins as a part of our family. Usha and Krishna are an extremely accomplished couple with a large and generous heart. Rahul, Siddharth, Erika, the two of us have already experienced their family in Delhi. Finally, I guess I should say a few words of advice to Rahul and Shweta. Well, you know, you younger generation are so much smarter than us that you don't really need our advice. And I guess I'm expected to give it, so I'm going to give it anyway. Rahul, remember, happy wife means happy life. You have to make compromises and adjustments. Look at me, I wanted to wear my shorts and t-shirt today, but here I am in traditional Indian clothes just to keep mom happy. Shweta, they say sons grow up to look like fathers. So just be very, very careful about what you let him eat and drink. A happy marriage begins when we marry someone we love. And a happy marriage blossoms when we love the person we marry. May you always be as happy as you are today, and may you continuously discover why you fell in love and never forget it. Let's raise a toast to Rahul and Shweta and their happiness. God bless you and lots of love to both of us.
Thank you very much for another very entertaining speech. Lots of advice out available for all of us, I guess, that we should all take. Okay, so main courses will be served shortly, and after that we will be hearing from the brothers of the bride and groom. And in the meantime, enjoy, relax, and soon we'll have some more speeches. Thank you.